Oh shit. Sorry. Yo, what? I'm live today to play the game. You don't see chat on screen like you did last time because I'm trying to figure this out, guys. I figured maybe live would help, but it didn't actually. So now I'm confused because now. Mm, yes, give me my notification for myself. Yeah, I figured it'd just be like boom, boom. Does it not do this? Give me at least 5 minutes of stalling. No one's in chat right now. I know I'm feeling so we're good. I'm just trying to figure this out. Oh, okay. We did it, guys. I'm good at chat things. Okay, now I'm just fixing it. How big do you guys want it to be? Balls. There we go. I don't know if we should do boxed. So I'm gonna let's do it. Let's see. Yeah, let's do clean for YouTube. Alright. Just showing you guys how it's gonna look. I think. Okay, whoa. I had to like copy it again, guys. I think. They said you have to change the URL every time. Yep. I could be a little bigger. Want a smaller? Yep. Alright, guys, we have chat now. Do I put it all the way up here? Maybe. We'll put it right there. Because there's other things that could be happening. Undo that. Unpin that message. No one cares about that. Anyway, back to the game, guys. You guys ready for the game? You guys ready for the thing? You guys came for the game. But I had it set up, though. I'm happy. Again, I'll tell you guys like I told my Twitch chat. I'm kind of here for more than just streaming. It's instead of so like you like get over this issue. Yeah. Because while I'm doing this, I can't do anything else. At least in my mind, it's just annoying. Like, I specifically don't feel good enough to do anything else. But I don't feel bad. It's just like a specific issue with the senpai to me. That I can ignore, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I don't know why I get notifications from this one random woman on Twitter. I don't even follow her, but they consistently tried to give me notifications about her, and I don't know why. I'll shout out to Dragon Queen Blazette Midnight on Twitch. She's live. Finally, some scarily good ratings. Please shut the fuck up, Fanatical. I'm checking audio, so the reason I'm checking audio is because, like, holy shit, I'll talk to you guys about it. I was watching one of my old YouTube videos that I didn't post because I need to edit it, and holy shit, the audio was so trash. I was so low, you could barely hear me over the loud ass music. And I was saying some good shit too, low key. Like, It was about mouth washing. Very good game. I would recommend it if you haven't heard of it. Has a good story. I think it's yeah. I don't want to say too much about it if you don't know anything. I think my audio is good based on what I was saying. If you have an issue with it, you can say so. I deleted all the chats that I sent. Sorry guys, I'm doing the typical stalling that you expect of me. But it's fine. We should be able to go for a little while. Oh my goodness. Let me make sure everything's good in the speed of my life before I walk into playing this game for like an hour and a half. Cause I'm almost certain that I'm gonna be too focused to do anything else. Where's my phone charger? There it is, but I can't reach it. I don't know. I'll being able to pull this shit over here. Able. I do. Yes. Yeah. Because I'm in a small ass room right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not small in comparison to most dorms, but it is just small in general. I don't have it on charger. I think we have everything does. And I'll just pull up the game, or we can get ready. Oh, we left out a choice. Go deep or let's go try kind nothing. Okay. So the issue isn't that I think this choice is gonna affect everything, but I'm thinking realistically, right? Going deeper in is what I would have done immediately. Right? Because there's gotta be another way they got out of there. Unless we just accept that they teleported up there. And if we accept that, then we can just try to teleport up there ourselves. It's not gonna work, but we could try. Right? But now that we've accepted that we're waiting for help, I feel like leaving is always the worst option. It just, like, even if there is another exit anyway, if we expect someone to come, and they're probably gonna come sooner than later, especially if we've been waiting for a while, right? However, do we think anyone's gonna come? I don't fucking know. Let's just go deep in. You know. I think it's just a better choice. I think everyone wants to go deep inside. Yeah. Oh, I didn't click it. Hold on. Okay. I was wondering, not because I wanted to like switch choices. I just wanted to be like, I wonder if, even though they're not here, they get those like Aoi and Kika would get heights if I chose a different choice. Nope. But yeah. How about We grab the bikini bottom and move it over, push it over there. How about we search around down here one more time? Maybe there's another passageway. It's just an idea, but it doesn't seem like a bad one. Someone went through the trouble of digging a tunnel down here in a well and installing those steady doors. Kyoji has no idea what it's used for, and the entire structure is so strange that he shouldn't be surprised if there were another passage or two that he didn't know about. That's what I was saying. But, I mean, the tunnel isn't that deep. If he raised our voices, it'll echo pretty far. Yeah, I wouldn't know. You guys are the ones who know how deep it is and how much you have to go to and fro. Akane nods, albeit uneasily. Now let's get going. Hey, was the last episode the first episode where we didn't have a word of the day? That's sad. We usually have words of the days here. Let's see if I can find one, you know? Usually, they come out because it's just like, somehow this game uses words that are uncommon. Kyoji turns on his light again, illuminating the darkness with its faint glow. Give me a hand, Akane. And before you say it, yes, I need to read more books. I know I'm going to, but it's just, The two of them squeeze through the cramped tunnel once again. The second time around, they already knew what to expect, and it feels nowhere near as long as it did earlier. Kyoji pushes the heavy door open. The lamps that were lit when Yuka and Gore were present have since gone out. Yeah. Maybe Kyoji's managing it, but it feels like the air is moving slightly. As Kyoji looks around, searching for the place the draft is blowing from, Akane seems to notice the same thing. Yeah, you feel it too? And squeeze harder. Alright, let's look around and see if we can find a way out. I wonder if, like, getting Akane something is specifically doing every choice that she likes. Like, I wonder if it's just like you gotta super hone in on what Akane likes. Which you know, it's okay. But, you know, like, why would you do such a thing to me? When they were here earlier, they were still looking at Yuka and Gore that didn't pay any attention to the chamber's interior. My fault. This time, Kyoji examines the room carefully in the dim light from his keychain. He opens his eyes as he sees faint writing scrawled all across the wall. Like I said, it's skewed all across the wall. I don't know why I did. Actually, Sign. Book of Hours. I wonder, you know, now I'm in Discord while I'm playing this game, so we'll see how this works out. The writing is a slow faded and tied to see at all, as if it was done in pencil a long time ago. It was crooked and messy, as if written by a child's hand. Eventually, though, he manages to decipher it. Hate, make them pay, make them suffer and die, pay with their lives and then some. I'll kill them all, stab them with a knife. So, what do you think this is, Akane? Why are you asking? Does it look like we have time to theory craft about some like meta going on? Let's go. If this is a message, it must have been written by someone who was trapped down here, and Viltus must have been put through some terrible stuff. Kyoji carefully sweeps his hand across the wall. That bit of writing he just read isn't the only one. In fact, nearly every inch of the wall is covered in scribbles. Yeah, I'd say so. He swallows nervously. All I can see is faint razor lights, curses, and words of malediction. I know what malediction is, but you know what? I think that's gonna be our word of the day. Our word of the day is malediction. Because I don't know if I'm gonna get a word. A crazy word again. I won't say the last one's a crazy, it's just like Oops. I still had the earphones on the phone.
Malediction.
Malediction. Okay?
Malediction.
I want you all to know that I was saying the correct thing. Anyway, the calming down of the curse. Or a curse, or slander. These are the definitions for this noun. I hope you learned something today. And if you didn't, that's okay. You can learn something new elsewhere. Kill, die! Die, 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 die! Stupid idiots, hope you die! I'll never forget this! With this garbage! Hag! Die! Hag is crazy. Why'd you throw that in there? The ideas go on and on. Their startling volume of skills form a triangle on the wall. Even when he looks at the fool, he only sees more enraged baby. See? That's the thing, though. I feel like when you truly hate somebody, I feel like your biases come out. Right? And this is hard to explain. I feel like I tried to explain it in this very series before, right? But when you're about to die, it's like, oh, you're a fucking fat piece of shit, right? You might not overtly hate fat people, but it's obviously something you deem as negative if these are the ways you say to someone before you die, right? Because you want to hurt them, right? So you think being fat is a negative, right? And you might make being fat is a negative, but if we transition it to something like hag, like old, do you think being old is a negative? Or is it because she's an old woman? That's an you know what I'm saying? Like there's multiple ways to attach and attack this, right? Especially in words like hag, slut, bitch, prostitute, shit like this, right? It doesn't even need to be like specific ways. It can just be your attitude, right? That shows that you have biases, even if they're unconscious. It feels like words are converging around their feet. Kyoji doesn't know how it was managed, but the skill will somehow extend up onto the ceiling. Feels as though waves above might come crashing down upon them. The skill was like those of a child filled with raw, unpretentious emotion. We're standing in the heart of a crucible of cases. Find his ways coming up in a borderline scheme. Yeah, let's get out of here, lady. Last spot of light. The last spot the light reaches is a hole in the wall. It's wide enough for a person to fit through. He just gaze at Akane. The two of them might nod at each other. They don't want to stay here either. Especially after reading the light curses. They can't bring themselves to just going back the way they came and wait to be rescued. It feels like these scribbles. It feels as though. It feels like all of those scribbles words might somehow chase them down. Playing into this hole is a gamble, but it feels like the best option they have. They can definitely fit through the hole if Kyoji bends down a bit. The tunnel beyond it is definitely man-made with its flat floor. They could go through here. Kyoji looks at Akane and gives it a nod. I'll go first. When he bends over to go through the hole and his hand brushes against its edge, he realizes that even these walls are covered in writing. I'm scared. Let me out. I'm sorry. Please let me out of here. Many things, Akane asks him dubiously, but he only shakes his head. It's nothing. Let's go. It's enough for him to move down his path that pace. He has no idea where it leads since his light is too faint to reach far into the darkness. But the breeze of fresh smelling air makes it clear that this path eventually leads outside. The exposed air to the left, aligned with rock. The passage here feels more like a cave than anything else, but it's clear that someone intentionally carved this path. There are signs of human hand and tools at work here. The ground is level, and the walls are mostly vertical. The rock has been obviously chiseled. Yeah. Do you think this well was just, oh, we accidentally made a well that accidentally went into a cave, and we did nothing with it. But despite making a door, like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Okay. If they kept following this tunnel, they might make it outside. Kyoji clings to this hope. The only funny thing is that here and there, parts of the tunnel ceiling have caved in. There are large rocks lying around that have seemingly fallen, but their shapes match holes in it like above. Watch your step, Akane. It's hard to tell how far they've traveled through this cabin already, but it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Maybe I've been better off staying back in the hotel? In that room? Not in the hotel. What hotel? What hotel, man? I don't know. I just said it. With Akane. Go to a hotel with Kyoji. I'm thinking yes. Sorry about hitting the mic, by the way. I'm now trying to get more comfortable. Alright, the question you said. Sorry, that's a word. I clicked it like it was log. Please don't do that. They've maybe been better off staying back in that room. The questioning service is in his thoughts again and again as they continue walking. And the Kyoji's light starts to go dim. Kyoji's light starts to go dim. Jesus, man. Is the battery dying? Damn it, please hang on. He swings the light around in a futile effort to keep it alive, but soon enough, it goes out. Turn on! Please turn on! Presses on the belly of the monster, keychain over and over, but the light doesn't turn back on. Fine, let's keep going. Kyoji squeezes the kindest hand. He responds with a yes that's so small and husky. He questions if she actually said anything, or he's just imagining things. After that, he desperately focuses on nothing else but walking forward. His feet feel his way through the darkness as he brushes his other hand along the wall in an attempt to keep moving in the same direction. Every nerve in his body is dedicated toward that task. Akane breathes as little and as shallow as she can as they walk. She squeezes his hand so tight that his fingers are gradually turning numb. She's beside herself with anxiety. Did you say something? But what? What if he speaks up only for someone other than Akane to answer him? Even that stupid thought is enough to make Kyoji shudder. Yeah, I don't know. You just sort of gotta live with that. He wants to speak to him, but he's scared. He can feel his heart pounding in his ears and so. Anyways, definitely the same familiar voice he knows. Hearing it has Kyoji's sigh at least. I feel like that's not the first time the idea of us turning back and the same person we were with no longer being there. So I wonder if that's indicative of something that's gonna happen. Or if it's more symbolic. Please be specific. We don't. What are you talking about? Alien. That has me feel a bit. I can't imagine. Mutter the rest of her thoughts. You want him to eat you now? I don't know how this is important to our things and what we're doing. What are you saying? Connie continues in a monotone voice. I don't. Is this important? We're trying to get out of this fucking cave. Please focus on the task at hand. Akane. I mean, when you're asking, yes, you are. You're worrying about I don't want to say you're worrying about how you look, but you're worried about your personality and your feelings over the continual survival of both of you in this precarious situation. So I have to say yes, because you're doing this. We can discuss the deeper issues you have, and why you thought this was cool to treat Yuko like this, and why it came naturally to you. We can talk about that when we're outside, living, alive. Is that really what you think about yourself, Akane? Akane falls silent for a short moment before replying in a low voice. Idiot. The Kazuyagi Akane I know is just smart enough to burn brain power and stuff like that. He just squeezes Akane's hand. But seeing if Psycho's eyes like you doing all that out of a feeling of superiority, right? No one acts purely on a single emotion. Not me, not you, not anyone. Akane falls quiet for a bit again. When he next speaks up, her voice to come in with most of its usual strength. Yeah. I mean, I get what he's saying. So, you know, I'm gonna let him get this shit off. I'm gonna let him cook. Took you this long to realize that? How dumb are you? You're doing too much. After they walk a few more meters, the tail takes a turn. You're fat, by the way. The thinnest rays of light creep inside. Kyoji and Akane immediately look at each other. Yeah, let's go. But rushing forward turns out to be a bad idea. Speaking of the fat thing, it's funny because I was in a VC the other day, and then someone was like, "Are you fat?" to me. And it didn't say that. Like, I don't know how this started, but they're like, "Are you fat? Like, are you fat in real life?" And I was so stunned that I didn't say anything. I wasn't so stunned. I was stunned, but then I was like, I'm not gonna give this a response. And then I just started making jokes like, yeah, I'm fat. That's what I am. Everyone knows me as the fat guy. I'm too fat. Guys, I weigh like 105 pounds. I am not fat. 105, 5'5". I'm underweight, actually. But it is funny to pretend to be fat. The gown suddenly drops out beneath him, making Kyoji slip spectacularly, tumble over. Ow! He effectively lets go of Akane's hand, but it's too late. He loses his balance and falls down, landing hard on his back. A moment later, he feels another hard impact, this time from above. Akane slipped and fallen on top of him. I'm fine. Ow. Kyoji sits up, rubbing his back. What is this place? His palm touched level, compacted soil. Someone has walked this path before. It's a bit different from the ground they've been on so far. As his eyes adjust to what little light there is, he begins to make out the surroundings. The drop isn't that big. So sometimes when I look at my phone, I just think someone's in chat, and it isn't. So I gotta stop doing that. The drop isn't that big, maybe meter at most. That's why they went seriously hurt. The space is about 4 meters wide and not too deep. The far end, maybe get 10 meters ahead, lies in darkness. Oh shit. The light is shining in from that direction, and because of that, the far side is bathed in shadows, so it's hard to make out anything. But the room, no, a passageway? Akane, what's wrong? Akane leaps off his legs with the scratch. No. He's managing, but there was an awkward pause for a moment there. I'm fat, aren't I? There's nothing happened, Kyoji asked Akane. No. How's he like though? Like, when Kyoji reaches towards Akane, wordlessly retreats, disfigures her features. Kyoji pulls his arm back. Sorry. Kinda hangs her head. Okay. Silence. Fine lock at atmosphere. Kyoji stands up without offering Akane a hand. You gotta say you're not fat. Please. For now, let's head in this direction. It's probably way out past here. He actually really thinks she's fat, I think. I think that's just what it is. And that's really crazy to me. It's really crazy that we've gotten to this point with Kyoji, but it's just like all we do is tell people they're fat when they're not fat. What's wrong with him? Really physique exit turned out to be blocked by yet another metallic door. I don't like the door they came in here from. Sitting in front of the door? Well, it looks to be sandbags, wind crates, and unidentifiable machine parts. Heavy with the metal, scrapped the cloth, and sheets of paper with it again. I feel like they aren't asking the obvious question of how did Gore and Yuka get up there if we went the fastest way, right? If we like this path we're taking is so long, like even if we were slow as fuck, we would have gotten there way before she did. And she didn't just get up there for us. She got up there, she took the ladder, and then she was waiting for us. That's quick. Quick as fuck. Let's get the stuff out the way. The two of them start moving aside the objects blocking the door. Kyoji actively tries not to think about what happened a moment ago. All of the objects were piled into a small mountain barricading the door. Moving it all is taxing work. Kyoji can't tell what this place was built for. He contemplates asking Akane for her opinion, but the memory of what just happened chokes him up, leaving him unable to speak to her. In the end, he continues to work in silence. Are you crazy? Are you pussy or something? What's going on? Once most of the junk is cleared away from the door, Kyoji reaches for the handle. Grabs the handle, pushes hard. He feels it move ever so slightly. Concerning Akane asks him, I can't tell. Pushes the belt on, messing every bit of strength. Drop of strength he can. Yeah, maybe we just didn't think of that. Maybe it is a portal. Maybe we're just fucking idiots. He then tries pulling, but doesn't sense any trace of movements like when he was pushing. Doesn't seem so. Kind of positions herself beside him, like to get it with him to try pushing the door open. The door lets out a dragging sound as the lightweight creaks, but it doesn't move much at all. 1, 2. Kane. And I love the title drop. Yes, please say the title of my stream. Akane and Kyoji brace their shoulders against the door, pushing with every bit of force their bodies can manage. The door opens silently. What is this? The cracks Kyoji first is about. With that being said, usually if I'm playing something and I know anything about it, I let people know. Whether that's recording, streaming, anything else. I don't know anything about this game. Like, I didn't know this game existed before. And I'm gonna be honest, I saw someone tweet about this and I was like, wow, I didn't know people knew about this game. So it still is a mystery to me. see. There's an iron bar way across the door's opposite side, which prevents it from being open. However, Kyoji and Akane pushing and bent the bar enough to allow the door to crack open. Akane tried pushing it. With Akane pushing one side of the door, double door open, Kyoji tries to move the bar out the way. He reaches across the small crack between the doors, grabbing the bar trying to yank it sideways. When he laughs slightly, refusing to comply. Damn it! Open up! Open up, Eddie! Sound of rattling and metal grinding against metal rings out. The smell of moist soil and the fragrance of grass waft in. He can see the forest darkened by the night, the cozy sky bleached by moonlight, spelled between the trees dazzling, dazing him. If only they could get there! Get out there! Open up! Just open up! Kyoji rams the door over and over. Freedom is within arm's reach. He can see it right in front of him. If they can only go through here. Kyoji throws himself banging against the door again and again, ignoring his building exhaustion. We got this, guys. And his voice fades into the trees. You should probably not be screaming too loud before they hear us, you know? Like you could be like, oh, you guys are right there? Oh, we need to barricade the door even more. When his Akane's voice starts to grow ragged from shouting so much, they finally get a response. That's the guy you guys thought was creepy. Kyoji's and Akane's faces light up. The voice owner approaches the door, and Kyoji manages to force slightly open. You mean Kyoji and Akane? It was a team effort. It's clear from the precipice's waist that he's an adult man, but because his back is to the light, Kyoji can't make out his face. Kyoji does play the voice is really difficult to Kyoji's mind for a moment, but he's not in a position to pick K who it might be. We're trapped in here! Please, open the door! The person in the door seems to scoff. Let's go. Half an hour or so later. Kyoji and Akane sit in the car on the way to the hospital. The vehicle reeks of cigarette smoke. Its interior is dusty with the residue. Kyoji grumpily rests his cheek on his hand. Never thought this guy would be the one to save us. Yeah, because you're judgmental. And you mean. And you stereotype people. And you call girls fat for no reason, which makes them insecure and that you don't seem to want to adjust. You do a lot of things that nobody would ever do. And the driver seat none other than the shady man they found in front of Yuka's place. In slight contrast to his vagrant appearance, he drives a silver sports car. The back is very cramped, the Kyoji basically squeezed into his seat like a sardine in a can. Kanye says nothing. He probably still feels awkward about what happened earlier. Did he say something? Well, he's grappling with that question, and Kanye whispers to him. Maybe. But that close to the open air, the phone might have had a signal. They were so panicked it didn't occur to them. Who cares? We're out. It's not like it took us forever. A man who has been quite surprised finally speaks up. And that's the answer, but Kyoji intervenes. Don't tell him. You shouldn't give your name to a guy shady as him, and besides, it's only polite to give you. Kyoji founds his man and takes the words out of his mouth. So what if I am? Okay. Kyoji can see the man's smoke reflected in the mirror. Nah, he got us there. We definitely did ask. We can. Like, specifically asked. I remember, please help us. He'd been to the bunch so many times, James Kyoji's desire to resist the man any longer. And so he ends up in the fountain. Fine, I'm Jenna Kyoji. Akane probably thanks the man, but the man doesn't respond. The cigarette in his mouth, the man got set them to the view mirror. Kind of passes just like Akane, is he right? You going to the fucking hospital? Akane nods bashfully, her voice feeble. Kid never noticed. She must have explained it when she fell into the hole. She tried pretending to be fine, even if it was painful for her to stare. He sounded so serious when he asked. Like, I thought it was gonna be sarcastic, but it was not sarcastic at all. No! That's none of your business, is it? Kid just snaps at him, but the man only smiles. What did you just say? Kid just shoots up in his seat, but the man doesn't seem fazed by his reaction at all. See, Kyoji, now you can't whoop him. This is the problem. Kyoji, why would you put yourself in this situation to get bitched? You needed to not say anything, because he's not doing anything crazy. He's not. Man. Cause now you gotta, in that situation now, if you were logical and reasonable and it got to this point, then you could box him. But now it's like, if you fight him, now you're an emotional child who's gonna get whooped. After thinking it through, Kyoji settles back down. I'm not getting out. I want to leave Akane alone with a guy like you. Mecha this bow. The guy turns along a wide curve before finally entering the hospital parking lot. After admission to the hospital, Akane gets examined her face. While she's being seen, Kyoji calls her parents and Yamika. I say Yakimoko. What the fuck? Yamika. Akane's parents were apparently very worried about her. They tell him that they'll be there as soon as they can. Kyoji can't blame them. The clocks tell him it's past 10 in the evening. With all the disappearances lately, they must have been laid sick. Well, they would also be laid sick if no one had disappeared and the child still hadn't showed up for what, 7 hours, 7 to 8 to 9 hours, and no calls, no texts, no nothing. Are you crazy? Yamika immediately asks him which hospital he's in, only to hang up after saying she's on her way. Finding his examination finds that she sprained her ankle. It's a pretty bad sprain too, bad enough by now she's become feverish. Oh, so Yamika's probably the same way, she just knows not to be like that overtly with you. Like, she doesn't want that to be on the surface because you don't respond to that well. The doctor says she should spend the night at the hospital to be on the safe side, so she's been tucked into bed. They weren't as angry as I thought. Well, the daughter's okay, so there's relief. They're not gonna be angry because the worst hasn't happened, and they're happy that it didn't. Still, Akane's voice sounds much firmer than before. When Akane's parents and Yamika showed up, Kyoji and Akane told them just what happened, minus the strangest parts. They said they saw a girl they knew going down the well, so they followed her. Kyoji and Akane got into trouble together a lot back when they were kids. It wasn't unusual at all for them to both come home bruised all over. As Akane's mother puts it, they're back to the old tricks. Akane's parents ultimately scolded Kyoji alongside Akane, but they seemed like they're in good spirits. Perhaps because they simply leave the two of them like okay, yes. Her parents ended up going home without her. Akane may be staying in the hospital for the night, but they have to take care of her two younger brothers. Maybe Yamika, Akane, and Kyoji alone in the room. So, Kyoji hangs his head. When it comes to Yamika, all I can really do is earnestly apologize. Yamika cracks a tired smile and sighs. Kyoji frowns, refusing to respond to that. Much to his surprise, it turns out the shady man is a friend of Yamika's. Oh. That's unfortunate, man. Rest in peace. Where was he staying before? Cause Wait, has it been the same day? I feel like a day passed, though, right? I feel like he should have, if he was gonna stay with us, then why hasn't he always been staying with us? I don't know. But okay. What? News is like a bolt from the blue. Kendrick can exclaim in loud disbelief, and himself is scolding by a nurse. Once he lowers his voice again, he grumbles. Why did this kid have to stay in our house? I mean, Yoshiko has been mostly silent up until now chuckles. He's a male, after all. Yeah, he's a guy, man. Shit gonna happen. What the hell do you mean by male? This is crazy. You gotta stop doing this. He's baiting you. Now he's rage baiting you, and it works because rage bait. Like usually, when you're trolling someone, I think trolling is a bit different from rage baiting. When you're trolling someone, you want a response, any response. It doesn't have to be angry, but you want them to feel something, right? When it comes to rage bait like this, you want them to get angry because it proves your point, and it doesn't matter if they get angry enough when they swing at you. They can't do anything about it, you know? Swing at me, I'm just gonna beat your ass, and now I won the exchange. You don't swing at me, I won the exchange. You get angry, I won the exchange. The only thing you can do is be calm and handle it like an adult. But Kyoji can't do that. So, when he puts it like that, Kyoji feels ashamed for snapping at him. All he can do is fall silent with a sour expression on his face. Yoshiki went out to the lobby to smoke in accordance with the hospital's strict no smoking policy in the woods. When he comes back, though, he's walked in without so much as a nod. He flew to the room with the flap of his long black coat. Yeah, Yamiko speaks jokingly. Something like that. Shady. Oh, he actually doesn't know. Okay. Yoshiki. It's Yoshiki. I don't want to keep saying Yoshiko. Yoshiki raises an eyebrow. Unlike before, Yoshiki's tone is now slightly stiff. Yoshiki ignores Yamiko's admonishment and continues his barrage of questions. Major change from before, he's entirely lost his composure now. I knew it. I just don't like this guy. Kyoji angrily gazed into Yoshiki's eyes through the man's sunglasses. Why the interrogation? Rage built inside of Kyoji. When this guy talks about males, already put Kyoji on the edge. He can't stand his attitude at all. Fine, I don't think you need to answer your questions. I did it. Okay. If it was me, like, this information is not. Who cares? Who cares? She trapped us inside. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling everybody. I know you guys didn't tell them that she trapped you in there, but I don't fuck with her like that. Fuck with her or her fuck ass mom, grandma, slave. I don't care what she is. Fuck both of them. Child, I don't know, man. Fuck them. What? Why do you have to be so annoyed? Honey shouts at him from the bed. But Akane Kane sits up, gazing like at Yoshiki.
その子はゆかちゃんって言ってあの辺りに住んでる子です。ヤミコさんの取材のお手伝いで
Yeah, none of this info
調べに行った時に会って。
is crazy.
そんな話をしてたわね。
あの辺りというのは。
あ、ごめんなさい。西森神社の上の方に祠があるのご存知ですか？
ああ、
その先に井戸があって、そこで。
井戸。
You know, Saga's make it difficult to read his expression. The complicated look on his face is still visible.
それでその女は。
Courage and Kane exchange a glance. Woman doesn't sound right. She's definitely younger than us.
そうよね。まだ女の子って感じ。
容姿は。
可愛いですよ。目が大きい。
She's cute is not an accurate description.
猫みたいな。それで髪が長くて。
She's cute. Oh, I know what she looks like now. Thanks, man. You know, come on. Kind of pauses for a thought before cocking her head.
それとゆかちゃんがどうしたのかって話でしたよね。私たちゆかちゃんを追って中に入ったんですけど。
Kind of his voice falters. Of course it would. How could you explain what happened in a way anyone would believe?
いなくなっちゃったんです。
After some thought, she manages to say that. It's the only way she can describe it.
お前たちを置いてか。
Yeah, not only that, she pulled the lid back over the well and trapped the sound there.
ちょっと何その子、あったまくるわね。
When the contrast to Yamiko's angry outburst, Yoshiki turns pensive and speaks softly.
なるほど。それで閉じ込められた。
でもあの井戸から京二くんたちが見つかった防空壕までって結構遠いわよね。繋がってたなんて驚き。
I like it. Yoshiki doesn't respond to her words. Indeed, the cave-like place where he found Kyoji and Kane is an old bomb shelter they used in the war. What's more, the bomb shelter is in the next town over. Oh. Yoshiki is likely decided there's no point in asking Kyoji, so he instead turns to Kane and continues questioning her.
中で拾ったものは。
ないです。京二もないや。
I actually don't know. No, I didn't see anything to take. Yoshiki nods, seemingly satisfied with the answer.
わかった。
He then turns on his heel and heads for the door. What's the problem? We answered your question. Could you say a word of thanks?
答えたのはお前じゃなくて、ほとんどそっちの女の子だと思う。
Yoshiki scoffs, causing Kyoji's temper to flare up again. Why does everything this guy says frustrate him so much?
かは、俺は一足先に車に戻る。
わかった。すぐ行くわ。
Yoshiki then turns to look at Akane.
熱のある時に悪かった。今日はゆっくり休め。
He closes the door behind him as he leaves.
そんなに悪い人じゃないんじゃない？
Kane's mic provokes a harsh response from Kyoji. Ha! I know what you're talking about. He's a creep! You gotta stop this, man. You gotta stop. You're falling for it again. He's not even here anymore. After that, the three of them leave Akane in the hospital and head home. While Akane was being examined, Yoshiki collected their bags from the well. As much as Kyoji dislikes him, he has to thank Yoshiki for that much, at least. Can't being himself devices a guitar like he usually does every night, so he simply crawls into bed. Too much happened today. It feels like a whole week's worth of events happened in just this one day. Going to school with Akane, fighting with Tashima, going into the well, getting jumped aside, making it out, and then going to the hospital. But really, what in the world happened back there? Kyoji bites his lip. Yuka and Gore screaming show. It must have been a dream or a delusion. Feels as if he doesn't explain what happened in that way. The world around him might unravel at the seams. A terrible puppet show. A disgusting man Gore. The way those two disappeared into thin air. And that corridor covered forward to the ceiling in curses. All the mysterious things are far beyond the scope of the world Kyoji knows. He doesn't understand even a single one of them, much less all of them. Hold on, I got a text. From my mom? I don't... I'm just FIFA heart. I don't know what to say to this. Alright. I'm tired. Same, man. I'm tired too. He says to go to sleep. But just when he tries to bathe his face in his pillow, the door opens without any warning.
入るぞ。
As Yoshiki both out sunglasses and usual Wanko, he actually looks decent. He's surprisingly young, clean-shaven, because you might think he's the same age as Yamiko. What the hell? At least not before you come in. As usual, Yoshiki says nothing. His gaze falls upon the guitar sitting against Kyoji's bed. Man! Now we got an issue, man. You're not gonna walk in my room and then start commenting under the court. Like, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm about to go to sleep. You're doing a lot. Yeah, why else would I have one sitting in my... Hey, don't touch it. Ignoring Kyoji's protest, Yoshiki sits on one side of the bed, picks up Kyoji's guitar, and he begins to pluck strings. Kyoji initially lunges towards him to snatch a guitar out of his hands, but then he finds himself stopping. It's good. Kyoji's lost for words. Yeah, he's absolutely wild. It's the first time he's had such skillful playing of the guitar alive. Yoshiki looks like he was born to hold a guitar. It's clear he's quite experienced with it. For one anything, the sound he produces from the guitar are bed-taking. They're clearly different from when Kyoji plays it. It's like a reminder of how unskilled Kyoji still is. After playing for a while, Yoshiki lets out a small sigh. And you must be the fan that Yamiko was talking about. I forgot what she said about you, but I know she said that you played the guitar. As he whispers, a trace of a pain smile on his lips, he hands the guitar over to Kyoji. Kyoji accepts the instrument with a frown. This man really loves him the wrong way. He's damn good with the guitar, though. He'll admit that much. Yeah? What? After all that questioning, there's still something you want to know? Kyoji asks in a sulking tone. Yoshiki calls his own with a serious confession. Man, I was about to make a your wife joke, but like, his wife is dead, so I can't do that. Damn. Like, oh shit. Without the glasses, Yoshiki seems far more serious than before. He radiates an aura that breaks no arguments. Nope. I don't think he told us in it. I think we hallucinated the name together, and we decided, yeah. Yukai? No. We only know her as Yuka. Yoshiki pauses to think for a moment and then asks another question. His voice is so low it almost sounds like he's speaking to himself. Something? Don't you mean someone? We saw her mother there too, but you might have seen a black cloth flapping around behind Yuka's back. He didn't think much of it at the time, but was that actually Gore? Yeah, Kyoji didn't know how to respond to that. Telling him about Gore would mean having to bring up all the strange things that happened today at the bottom of the well. That thought makes Kyoji clam up. Yoshiki passes him relentlessly, his voice deadly serious. I saw something, I think. Okay, why the fuck do you know that? What the fuck? Kyoji raises his head swiftly. When his eyes meet Yoshiki's gaze, he gives the man a firm nod. Yoshiki gives a satisfied nod and gets to his feet. Before he steps back through the door, he looks at Kyoji over his shoulder. Okay, but why? What? Don't be over dramatic. Kyoji thinks about it quoting that way, but the words don't leave his lips. Look in Yoshiki's eyes are so earnest he can't even mock him. Yeah, that was the plan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get revenge on a spirit or a little girl. So, like, either way that slices, it's not my thing. Will that make my life more peaceful? that's as far as he did it goes, and even then he says it with a smile. But Yoshiki only gives him an expressionless nod in response. The door closes with a click. Koji sits absolutely at the door for a moment, but in the end he just crawls back into bed. Seriously, none of this makes sense. The fact that he can't make any sense of the situation he's gone tangled up in unnerves him. It's already been an hour, huh? Do we continue? Well, there's a game we gotta go through, I think. But if I keep going, that probably means we're gonna go for at least another hour. Choices. Yeah, these have been extremely long. Let's see if we can find another choice to leave us off at. You know? He hears the birds chirping outside. Opening his eyes atop on his bed, Kyoji stares up at the ceiling. Never before has he woken up feeling this awful. What happened 3 years ago? Memories he wanted to forget came to him in a dream. Not alone enough to put him in an odd mood, but on top of that, he dreamt of Yuka and Gore. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're up already, Yamiko. Hank appears in his room, always stare at him in surprise. I'm awake. Kyoji gets up moodily. Nothing. No reason. It doesn't sit well with him to treat Yamiko like this, but he isn't in the mood to be teased. Yamiko looks suspicious, but seems to decide it's better to leave him alone for now, as she doesn't press him further. Kyoji puts on the from her to the living room. Where's that man? Yamiko replies that she uncharacteristically stands in the kitchen pouring coffee into Kyoji's mug. When getting to the table, we can see plates of toast on it. There's not just toast, there's salad, ham, and eggs there too. What's with this? Just as he thinks to ask, Yamiko narrows her eyes mischievously. Huh? Why would I? Kyoji sits up from his seat. No. What, him? Who doesn't want him for a big brother? It's very interesting that I'll say this, I thought, I don't know when I thought this, and I'm not gonna say I always thought this, but it came up to me. It might have even just been right now. But it's very interesting to me that Akane and Yamiko sort of look alike, right? And then now they're trying to draw parallels between Kyoji and Yoshiki, right? Which I think they've been trying to do for a while, at least in this stream, right? So I wonder if Akane is also meant to parallel Yamiko in a way. Which does make the question. Is the true ending of this, or maybe one of the endings, I don't know if there's a true ending or not, but maybe one of the endings does involve, one of the more happy endings does involve Akane and Kyoji not really being together, but still being very good friends. I don't know. Cut from the same cloth. Kyoji fills his bowels in an exaggerated manner. Miyamiko simply nods with a smile while sipping on a coffee.
きょうちゃんとよしき似てるわよ。よしきも昔から喧嘩っ早かったしね。
You're joking. I'm nowhere near as nasty as he is.
土地が分すれてるだけでしょ。若い時のよしき、今のきょうちゃんみたいだったから。
You're joking, Kyoji once again repeats inside his head. I'm never gonna grow up to be like him. Finally silent, Kyoji focuses on eating his toast. And just like it's been a long time since he walked to school alone. Since he last walked to school alone. In fact, it's not even just been over a week since he transferred in with the weekend sandwich in. There was also the time he argued with Akane and went to school alone after that. Truly hasn't been that long, but for some reason it feels weird to not have Akane walking beside him. Maybe it feels this way because they always used to go to school together before he moved away. Shinta hurries over to him when Kyoji enters the classroom.
あ、教授、無事か？
I'm good, man. Thanks for waiting about me, though. Alive and kicking, as you can see.
昨日、和柳のお母さんから何度か電話があってさ、聞いたぜ。井戸に落っこちたって。
You know how it is. Seemed to kind of matter was also quite worried. She also knew Shinta, who, because of his friendship with Kyoji, also hung out and played with Akane when they were little. That's probably what she called him. Oi! They're friends. That they hang out with each other and they talk to each other while you were gone. Still. She was a lady with very strong nerves. When Kyoji saw her in the hospital last night, she was practically laughing with relief. Until he and Akane had been rescued, Akane's mother was likely beside herself with anxiety. With all his experiences, everyone is already on the edge as it is. Shinta shakes his head with it in exasperation.
ほっとお騒がせカップルだよな。転校早々、教授のおかげで退屈しないよ。
Hey man. Kyoji can never make it boring, you know? But like casual and Mike Shinta feels his battle.
あ、でも昔から教授と和柳に付き合ってたら、えらい目に遭ってた気がするな。
You must be imagining things.
いや違う。探検に連れ出されて、俺だけ迷子になったり、木の上に隠れ家作るって連れ出されて、俺だけ落っこちたりした気がする。
Hey man, I'm here. I'm here to help Kyoji help you not die, you know? I'll do that. I'm that guy. You're totally imagining things, man. Kyoji taps him on the shoulder before falling to his seat.
なんだって井戸に落っこちるような羽目になったわけ？
But I'm not gonna lie, I'd be so sick already. Not because I have any issue, I'm just like, oh, better shut the fuck up talking to me. Hunter flips the chair around from the desk in front of Kyoji as he acts that, cocking his neck curiously. Kyoji shrugs. You could put a fast one on us. Akane saw you could go down the well, got worried and went after her. But that little brat got our well first and closed the lid on us.
はあ？
Hunter was completely surprised.
それってさ、教授たちが来たことに気づいてなかったとかじゃなくて？
No way, she talked to us down there. And then when she closed the lid on us, she was laughing down at us from above.
うわ、最悪だなそれ。
Oh, it is. His surprise is genuine, the confused look on his face is real.
すげえショック。あんな可愛い子なのに、そんなに性格悪かったんだ。
I wouldn't just call it nasty. From this point of view, Yuka's far beyond merely nasty and well into the realm of bizarre and inexplicable.
でもさ、無事でよかったな教授。どうやって助かったんだ？
We just walked. Then out, the mountain well was connected to a bomb shelter in the next town over. He's kind of a lot of details, but he isn't lying. The truth is too complicated for him to tell Shinta everything. You don't even know where to start. That's not even... The details is you walked, and you walked, and you walked. And you walked. You didn't really cut anything out. Oh yeah, we saw some writings on the wall. And we fell. No one gives a fuck.
すげえなそれ。なんか大冒険って感じしない？
Shinta whispers. He seems to be impassive in the way his eyes are sparkling, but Kyoji just shrugs slightly. It wasn't exactly fun down
そ
there.
れもそっか。和柳怪我したって？今日は来ないのかな？
Hmm.
和柳さんなら午後から来るんですって。
Okay.
おばさまがそう言ってらっ
Yeah,
しゃ
because it didn't seem like the situation was terrible. It was like the doctor recommended she stayed, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, you're doing bad. It's just like, you want to make sure she had a steady recovery. You know? A steady recovery. I want to be sure that you guys heard me. Hey, Miss Sana-san. What, did you go over to Akane's place?
行ってなかったかしら。私、勝柳さんの隣の家だもの。
Wow, that means you don't live far from my place. I didn't know.
そうでしょうね。
You can come over. Fuck what Kyoji's talking about. My fault. Kyoji chuckles for some reason. I mean, Kiki chuckles for some reason. Kyoji, look, man. I'm doing this for you, man. I'm supporting you and your endeavors. True to what Kiki said, Akane shows up doing hunchback.
あかね、行方不明になったって？ああ、もううちのお母さん大騒ぎするから。行方不明になったんじゃないわよ。ちょっと井戸にはまっちゃっただけ。ちょっと。
They go from a group around Akane, giggling and laughing. Here's a gate and meets Akane, but she looks away immediately. Shinta, who's vacuuming up the contents of his box lunch next to Kyoji, Casey looks up from Pip and Akane.
また喧嘩？
Not really. But I'm sure that Akane really is acting strange. What happened down there must be on their minds. Oh, I thought it was the... It could be that too. You know. When they saw Shima and his posse.
繊細なお心が傷ついたんじゃねえの。さすがの貞島くんたちも昨日のはやりすぎだもん。
Ooh.
クラス中の反感買ったのくらいあの鳥頭でも理解できただろうし、束にならないと書かれないのは情けないけどさ、あっちもそれは同じだしな。
It's like, I don't know. I don't think that's a bad feeling. Because it's not like he's rich. He has a rich family. These are the advantages he has, so you have to meet him where he's at. And that means teamwork. Shinta is fuck, I can't talk. Shinta is uncharacteristically severe. By the way, is Yamake after how they twisted it yesterday?
あのくらいどうってことないよ。今まで怖がってたのがバカみたいだ。
Hey man, it's okay.
ってゆうべ話したら、今頃分かったのかって言われたけどさ、
Damn.
母ちゃんに。
Oh, your mom calling you a bitch. Huh. Shinta does look cool, proud of himself though. Maybe he's satisfied with how things turned out.
でさ、睡魔ったら佐藤先生にね。
Kane's telling something to the other girls. Kyoji can't hear what it is, but it makes them all giggle. In the end, he ends up not saying a word to Akane until after school. Recently, they've been going home together every day, but he's not sure if he should wait for the club activities to end. Thought of waiting going on, he doesn't feel like it's safe putting him home alone. As he listens to his headman's sleep-inducing voice drone in his ear during the day's last homeroom session, he finds himself at a loss of what to do. Thankfully, his concerns would be unfounded.
教授、一緒に帰ろう。
I bet. He nods, spitting like nothing's on. On mind, what about your club?
今日は休む。
Okay, She just explained in the other day, so maybe she needs to let it rest for a while. I know his fashion style looks a little stiff, but you could just believe that she's at least talking now. It's not like you did anything. She's not gonna like clam up every time something happens and never talk to you. They both head home, actively trying not to look in the direction of the trail leading up to Nishimori Shrine. By the time they reach the downtown area, the strained atmosphere between them seems to have relaxed a bit. It was like going straight home would be a waste, so Kyoji invites Akane to Black Sheep's. For a while, they talked about this and that, before Akane has nearly applied to her lips. Sorry. He ordered the same thing. He adventurous. I did something else. Sorry.
あのさ、教授。
She averts her gaze, focused on staying her yogurt and jam with her long
昨日
spoon.
のことなんだけど。
Yeah? Yeah? You probably told me you wanted to talk about it, and her fear of bigging it up. She seems terrified of someone just mentioning it.
教授はさ、あれってどう思う？
But despite her vague lighting, the way expression immediately darkened means Kyoji instantly picks up on what she's trying to say. You mean being fat? Like, you mean what happened yesterday? Yeah. Shakes her head, and then she finally waked up to Koji do so.
妙なことばっかりだったよね。いきなりあのゴアってやつが出てきたり、急に消えたり、それに
She takes off comfortably, trying to force a smile. Yeah! It was awfully strange. Akane.
教授、私考えたんだけど、あれって催眠術みたいなものだったんじゃないかな。
That's... Yeah, if it was, that's even crazier. I feel like... I hope this isn't like a... This is a better outcome in your mind. I hope this is like you genuinely trying to explain it, because like, oh, we hallucinated all that. It's not a good thing. Like, at least hallucination, like, oh, we went down there and then we smelled some mushrooms unknowingly and then we hallucinated that. That's like, yeah. If you like, you could hypnotize us. It's like, what? That's crazy.
きっとさ、暗かったから消えたような気がしたんだよ。それ
No.
にあのゴアって人、マジシャンみたいな格好してたし、もしかしたら結構有名なマジシャンだったりして。
And the performance is get out of the cave without without going past this, and just doing it instantly.
ちょっと悪趣味だったけど。
I just thought I just had possession of scooping up a spoonful of yogurt, seemingly satisfying. Was that really hypnosis, though? No! Yes, from a logical viewpoint, that seems possible. People can't just pop in and out of places. Because you can feel what I'm thinking through his mind. Should they really invite all this all so casually and just assume it's all over and done with? I don't know why you could avoid this to them in the first place. And how can they know they won't place Kyoji and Akane in harm's way again? We don't, because they will. Assuming it was all hypnosis might only cause them to overlook something important. Kyoji doesn't have a good reason to assume this, but even if this is just his intuition speaking, he feels like he shouldn't ignore it. And yet, maybe it would be best for Akane to forget about all of this. Maybe assuming it was just hypnosis would put her at ease. Fine, then I'll just throw away about all on my own then. Yeah, hypnosis sounds like it could make sense. Kyoji man says that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Still, who knew what those two were thinking? You shouldn't get involved with them anymore. Kinda says this with a smile with just as voice as his. At the cafe, the Quake tells him to come again. But just a short while, a downpour starts. I know that Quake is like, man, I love these two. They're like my only customers. I guess no, it's actually Fan's place, but it's like, oh, I love these two because they don't do anything. And they pay for the most expensive meals, and they don't even know it. They're robbing them. Kid did get the feeling it was getting cloudy by the end of the cafe, but he didn't think it would be actually start raining. Kyoji assumes the rain showers will pass soon, but assumption proves wrong. Instead of spraying, it kinda can't run at all. She asks him to leave and go home, but naturally, Kyoji refuses. The rain doesn't stop. In fact, it only gets more intense, with a downpour and going progressively stronger. Goes to the convenience store where they can buy an umbrella next to Kyoji's house. At that point, they may as well not buy one at all. Akane, follow me, I'll lead you. I'll lend you an umbrella. I'm home. He shouts what's inside, and Yamago replies at once. He hears a hurried patter of feet. A moment later, Yamago appears with the towel in hand. Wow, rude. When the kid just eyes, she hands the towel she paid for him to Akane instead. Sure. When the kid and Yamago gets exchanged, Akane smiles in amusement. I hope he texted Akane's parents where she's at.
でも家まですぐだし。そのすぐってのが命取り。風邪ひいちゃうんだから。でも。
Now, go take a shower. When you get home, you need to heat the water, right? Us doesn't even have a shower back there, right?
今もそう。じゃ、やっぱ行ってらっしゃい。
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, pretty much pushed her head every step of the way. Akane disappears into the bathroom.
ようちゃんもあかねちゃんの後にちゃんと入るのよ。
Yeah, yeah.
は一回。
You mean just say yes once? I imagine that's a linguistic thing in Japanese. For the time being, he turns to his room and puts his bag away. Changes out of his uniform and steps out to the corridor just as Yamika comes out of her bedroom. Then making sure Akane has her dress to the clothes to change into. She doesn't notice Kyoji as she goes into the bathroom. By the time Kyoji hits the living room, he runs to Yamika again, just as she's coming out of her bedroom once again, clothes in hand. Yamika walks to the bathroom with the Akane's fresh clothes. He can hear them talking inside of it.
ここに置くわね。ありがとう、やみこお姉ちゃん。
Kyoji glances out the window. The one seems getting worse. The rain drops blade out the window pane, swaying the side of the house next door. Because what is that nasty guy doing out there in the rain? That thought suddenly crossed his mind. Who cares? Outside, under the pelting rain, a man in a coat walks along the road. His wet coat, weighty enough as it is, now hangs wet and even heavier upon his shoulders. The rain only intensifies, despite the showers beginning over an hour ago. He walks without seeking shelter, or so much as holding it an umbrella. His drenched hair hangs over his face. The water droplets roll down the nape of his neck, down his back and under his coat. Slender slacks clinging to his legs. Just looking at him would make one feel a chill. Now with him being this wet, the cold is the least of his troubles. After all, he's indifferent enough to walk through this bad weather with sunglasses on. Kind lady passing by looks like Yoshiki, with a concerned gaze and starts to call out to him. When she sees his eyes behind the sunglasses, the woman immediately attacks to extend his hand and fades away. His gaze is possessed by something, as if fixed on something that is truly before his eyes. To him, the kind of woman that tried to call out to him, the pelting rain, the white mist of his hometown, the nostalgic sights of the streets, and the ripples on the sidewalk. All of this seems to be left of any meaning. He walks while looking intently ahead, his eyes fixed on what's waiting at the end of this one-way street. Famous whisper, his lips curled up into a slight smirk. Shadow pushes him across the road. First, it isn't even so much as a silhouette, too faint to make out, but its contours gradually grow more visible as it reveals itself. The shadow belongs to a girl. She walks along the road, relishing the splashing water with each skipping step she takes. Much like Yoshiki, she doesn't seem at all bothered by such intense aim, but the meaning behind it, the indifference is nothing like his. His indifference stems from his determination taken to a fault, hers from innocence. Yoshiki calmly stops in his tracks. The figure coming from the other side of the road stops and it seems to notice Yoshiki in return. The full tension hangs between them.
Oh, 探したぞ。
Why? How does he know it?
久しぶりだっていうのに挨拶もなしか。これだからしつけの悪い子供は困るな。
あんたに言われたくはないわね。
That's a Yuka. She glares at Yoshiki, menacingly raising her small shoulders.
っていうか、あんたしつこい。鬱陶しい。なんでこんなところまで追っかけてくるわけ？
見失ってから随分苦労した。だがまさかここに戻っているとはな。東大元暮らしってやつか。
聞いてない。っていうか、あんたの苦労話になんか興味ないし。
Closer inspection, it becomes clear why Yuka doesn't mind being wet. It's because she isn't wet at all. It's like her body coated by a thin membrane. All the droplets falling around her vanish like they're falling into some kind of invisible crack. And the raindrops being affected by her body? Are the raindrops being affected by her body? Or are they freeing from it? It's like so strange, one can only assume it's one or the other. But neither Yuka nor Yoshiki is paying any attention to about that. Yoshiki standing down for soaks his bones. In a competition between him, Yuka stands like a small queen, as prim and smug as she's shy. Strange showdown occurs in the middle of a silent neighborhood. Roughly 5 meters separates between the two. Cupid dependent over his chest, Yoshiki bites his lips.
出せよ、化け物。
Yuka's lips curls into a vicious smirk. And she glares up at Yoshiki's face of blood-clad booze behind her. Are they about to fight? No hands is like a spear battle. Gore's battle stretches like leather, and mere moments his face is right in front of Yoshiki. The Yoshiki tears a pendant away from the neck and thus in front of Gore. Gore's body suddenly warps and goes up into a ball and bounces like up and fly behind Yuka. Yuka fails and bows in distaste. And he's paying a look at Gore. Women don't take down, Yoshiki left to Yuka. Rainwater splashing around him. As so finished that, he pulls something out from his pocket. A black, glistening pistol. That's... Then he doesn't pulls it towards Yuka's small head. That's not gonna work. It doesn't look like that. Suddenly, a long hand cloaked in black firmly grabs Yoshiki's fingers upon the gun. The muzzle jerks away from Yuka's head, now aimed towards the sky instead. The smoke rises from the muzzle, chaining upward before vanishing. What just happened? The arm is connected in the body. Instead, it extends from a puddle under Yoshiki's feet, the surface of which dances from the raindrops crashing against it. Yeah, the voice is muffled. The puddle ripples and thaws as if it's boiling. A black image forms across the water's wavering surface. The image goes thicker and curls up, swells out of the water. Curls up and swells out of the water. A moment later, Gore's shoulder, neck, and mass appear within it. It's a strange, impossible sight. There can't possibly be a hole under that puddle, and yet a full placing is snatching from it, as if literally going out from the ground. No one could possibly expect this. The tips of wood. Okay. No one can expect this. Who is talking? It's not Yoshiki doing this, and it's not Kyo. Who the fuck is narrating this right now? Who the fuck is doing this? Because clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I need you to... And clearly Yoshiki does. So, like, I need you to shut up so Yoshiki can narrate this. The tips of Gore's legs pop out with gravity-defying movements. At the same moment, Yoshiki's body is set flying back. Damn. With a dull thud, he slams against a telephone pole, sending his sunglasses flying. His limp body slumps back down to the wet concrete. Yeah, you got tossed, man. Destroyed. Gore's body wobbles, bobbing up and down as he sneezes. Yeah, Yoshiki's getting better at this. He could take a small step forward. That's his wife, I assume. Who's dead. Like, oh, I don't care about her anymore. No, it doesn't matter what you care about. You got it back. Who cares? He cares, clearly. Yeah, who cares this case? Yoshiki slowly raises his head. Oh, so she said, I'm looking for Hiku. I know who Hiku could be. Gina Kyoji, that. Akane Kazuragi is not. What's the point of letting someone drag that down for so long? Oof. That's a tough thing to say to something like that. Yeah. Yuka shrugs, heaving a theatrical sigh. Why do you want to kill Hiku? And why won't you kill Yoshiki right now? Yoshiki lifts his arm, trying to line up a shot from the gun again. Everything is past his elbow, dangling palisade towards the gun. It's not her, it's a stuffy. Yoshiki fumbles with his weapon, trying to pull up into his left hand, but before he can do it, Gore picks Hiku up, dances away with the gambling steps. Refusing to let Yoshiki draw a bead on them, as Yuka lets out a loud laugh.
ねえゴア、やっぱりこいつ今殺しちゃおうよ。頭から食べちゃってよ。
No.
やだよ、男はまずいもん。まずいからさ。
You know. Yeah, I'd say men taste like crap, but I don't know if I would agree with you on it. In the same way you think it. I feel like they're weird. But I would also say, I don't know. I just think it weird. I think. Yoshiki somehow managed to lift the gun in his left hand and aimed at Yuka. Or dodges with erratic hops and odd actions. Yoshiki shots only gouges into a nearby concrete wall, sending fragments of it bouncing across the road.
好き嫌いするか叱られるのよ。
叱られる？叱られるの？困ったね。困ったな。
Yuka still in his arms, Gore frantically shakes his head. The back to the wall, Yoshiki fires another shot to another, absorbing the recoil again with his base position. The nuts and fragrance of the remains infused with smell of gunpowder spread. Shot skims past Gore's side, blasting a hole in a telephone pole. The next one appears as abdomen, so it seems. But the bot caught there only flutters ever so slightly as Gore lightly hops away, seemingly unscared as Yoshiki quits his
じゃあ
touch.
ちょっとだけ舐めてみようかな。どうしようかな。
食べてみたら案外美味しいかもよ。試してみようよ。
If you're trying to taste it as a dog, why would you know? Let's try it out. You're gonna eat it as well?
右腕がジャマジャマお邪魔邪魔なんだよね。
そうね。じゃあまず右手をどうにかし
Not
ま
the
しょう。
tag team of eating. Yuka lightly lands on the ground, clogging his head with a cherubic smile.
右手に持ってるもの、ゆかにちょうだい。そしたら楽に殺してあげるから。ひっどい雨。これじゃまた濡れちゃいそうだよ。
At least this time you have an umbrella. Swim yourself up soon until you get home. Yay! Let's switch scene. Let's go.
行事
Yoshiki dead. Who cares?
濡れなくていいって言ったのに。
Akane found after a shower. Akane spent an hour so chatting with Yakuko while with wet closed eyes. Now Kyoji's walking around. You said all you want, but I can't you go home alone. Now that's what happened yesterday.
でも行事また濡れちゃうよ。
I assume he hasn't even taken a shower yet. Hey, fine. I'll take a shower when I get back home. Got the wind is technology, in my opinion.
悪かったわね。旧式のお風呂で。
You are excused. Hey, cut that out. Stop waving that bell. You're splashing water all over me.
ちょっとくらい濡れたっていいでしょ。何しろ文明の力が。
That doesn't mean you should get me wet. Damn, too loud. Pouring around the corner into something up to someone. Whoa.
お前
It's Yoshiki. Cutting himself on, he shouts at them.
走れ
Huh?
いいから走れ後ろを見るな
What are you saying? All of this. Ah. Oh, Yoshiki stopped him, but Kyoji looks behind the man. Kyoji got out of refresh having. What are you doing here? Have you ever learned to mind your business? Damn, nigga. You're always trying to get yourself into something. You're like, start ignoring these things, please. Why are you here? What did you come here for? Standing behind Yoshiki are Yuka and Gore. Yuka's gaze immediately locks onto Kyoji.
いいから行け
Yeah, stop asking questions and just listen to Yoshiki. Yoshiki shoves Kyoji away with the shoulder, does up to Kyoji, and by extension Akane, falls in the face behind Yuka. Kyoji shouts over Yoshiki's shoulder, "No, I won't! Why did you do that to us yesterday, you little..."
関わるな
Yoshiki sharply snaps at him.
行くよ、ゴー。
Yuka suddenly turns around. "Wait, you..." Yuka's contours fade into darkness after the flying rain has settled into a shimmering layer over them. And then they vanish as melting away, just like they did yesterday. They vanished. They truly vanished. What happened yesterday? Was it some delusion? Or are they actually dreaming now as well? Kyoji fearfully looks at the other two. Kane's eyes are wide to tell her. She looks as frightened as Kyoji feels. But Yoshiki only stares silently at where those two disappeared. As calm as Yoshiki looks, Kyoji knows that he must also have seen them vanish the night too.
どうやら助けられたようだな
Well, I'm glad you realize this. I don't like you had a plan, but I don't know if that necklace, that pendulum, that pendant you had was the killing blow you thought it was gonna be. The moment that whisper releases lips, Yoshiki crafts on the spot.
やつじゃその腕
Kinda screams out, which finally draws Kyoji's attention how strange Yoshiki arms looks. The forearm has been at an unnatural angle below the elbow. Kyoji furthers about. How does that happen to you?
大したことはない。
That's bullshit. Did they do that to you? Yoshiki says nothing, trying to rise back to his feet like some kind of gas. And then he sinks back down against the
す
wall.
まんが、そこの枝を折ってくれないか。
He uses his good hand to point at a thick branch extending from a nearby house garden. Would you answer my question, face? I asked you if they did that to you. Kyoji very nearly stomps his feet, but Yoshiki just looks at him calmly.
そうだ。分かったら、その枝を折ってくれ。
Ugh. Kyoji bites his lips, but then does as he's told, snapping off the
これ
bench.
は全部折って。そうだ。終わったら俺にくれ。
After Kyoji hands him the bench, Yoshiki then looks up at Akane.
すまないが、ハンカチか何か持っていないか。できれば、いらないものだとありがたいんだが。
あります
Let's go. Akane hands over a handkerchief, which Yoshiki takes with his bad hand, finds the caught, tearing it with his hands, with his teeth.
落ち着いたら買って返す。言いたいところだが、確約はできない。
いいんですけど
Yoshiki places the bench Kyoji gave him against his knee before using his right hand to grab his injured left. His expression turns grim. Can only be described as a ghastly bloodlust radiates from him. Hey, what are you going to do? An indescribable dull sound fills Kyoji's ears. Kind of that muffle up. Yoshiki set his broken arm back to his proper position, though the act has left him hanging his head and biting his lip in pain. Kyoji isn't sure what to say to him. As he hesitates, Yoshiki looks up at him, his expression regaining its usual expression was calm.
おい、この布で腕ごと縛ってくれ。
Yeah. Kyoji's breathing comes in its shallow gaps, but his attitude is still as arrogant and indomitable as it was when he and Kyoji first met. Kyoji hands him Bell to Akane so he can help Yoshiki as he asks him. He bases the bench across Yoshiki's arms, tying the two together, while Akane holds the bell over them all. Hey, tell me what happened. But those two do that to you? It looks terrible. Kyoji bites his lip. It's infuriating. He doesn't know what happened, but why does Yuku always have to be so horrible to people?
銃声を聞かなかったか。
Kyoji and Akane shakes their heads. Gunshots? No, wait. Don't tell me they shot you. Does it look like they shot him? Do you know what a gunshot looks like, man? Like, what the fuck? Are you stupid?
違う。撃ったのは俺だ。
Kyoji realizes now that there's a bulge between... Hey, yo! Like that. Kyoji realizes now that there's a bulge between the front of Yoshiki's coat. He looks like a character from a movie. Why do you have a gun?
必要だからだ。
But I need it. Yeah, that's good shit. Yoshiki's weight's like as heavy. As Kyoji finishes punching Yoshiki's arms, the mastermind gets to his feet. He didn't give Kyoji enough time to stand. How did he get a gun in Japan now? It is one of those questions, man. Man was just a normal person until the spirit killed his wife.
もう一度忠告しておく。ゆかりには近づくな。
After Kyoji finishes punching Yoshiki's arms, the mastermind gets to his feet, and then gives Kyoji an intense stare. Yeah. He then turns on his heel and stalks away with his heavy steps. Hey, hold up. Wait, where are you
今
going?
日は帰らないと夢川には伝えておいてくれ。あいつには何も言うな。
Where are you going? The ladies are stopping. Stop. His retreating figure goes smaller and smaller. Don't tell me you're not going to the hospital. You can't just leave with your arm like that. Kyoji takes a step towards Yoshiki. You can't do that. You can't do that to your arm. Not when you can play the guitar like that. For the first time, Yoshiki steps pause. Just forget whatever you're doing and go to the hospital. I know what you're trying to do, but please. Last night, Kyoji, or just a little bit, he was happy to have someone play like that in front of him. Yoshiki is the first person he's personally known who can play like that. Yoshiki cracks a tired smile.
お前が言うほど大した腕前じゃない。
But,
帰ってきたら教えてやろう。
Yoshiki once again turns his back on Kyoji. Kyoji can tell there's no point chasing after him at this point. Look at you. You missed him. You're gonna miss him. Look at you, Kyoji. That's your big better now. That's what you wanted. That's so true. Due to his promise, Yoshiki didn't come home that night, and Kyoji gives Yamiko Yoshiki's message. She visibly pouts.
せっかくごちそうなのに、なにそれ。
So dinner is just some takeout food. Kyoji silently shovels it into his mouth. Finding Yamiko, they agreed that he could stay at her place in exchange for him cooking the meals. The way things are going right now, he's not exactly keeping up his end of the bargain. Man's only been there for 1 day. Not even a day, probably like 17 hours. Probably like 8 hours. Probably like 6 hours, if we're being honest. And Kyoji returns to his room. He gets a text message from Akane. I'm late. I wonder what happened to Yatsushi, sir, after all that. I'm so worried I can't fall asleep, so I figured I'd text you. What are you doing right now, Kyoji? Can't fall asleep either. Everything that happened is flailing in his mind. Yoshiki's broken arm, his gun, Gore and Yuka leaving the scene. Kyoji sighs deeply. He sinks to the bed and squeezes his eyes shut. His mind can't keep up with what's going on around him. Just what in the world is happening? I feel like I've been asking myself what the hell too often these days. He smiles wryly to himself. Thinking about all these things that way makes it a bit easier to swallow. Yeah, in the end he can't make heads or tails of this. Next day. I think that's a good place to leave off now. Another 40 minutes, I knew it. Ooh, but that was a lot though. So yeah, you get a girl who killed Yoshiki's wife. She's a spirit. It's been years, so I thought she's been the same age. Gore doesn't like eating women for whatever reason. They taste bad. I mean, he likes eating women, but he doesn't like eating men because they taste bad. Maybe that's probably the reason why he didn't really eat the teacher instead of just like possessed, or like made the teacher like more of a like a, how do I word this? I know there's a specific term I'm looking for, but like hollowed him out, you know, like made him empty, so they could go and possess him whenever they want to. You know, which is why he doesn't like do all that. So I don't know why it's showing him by screen. The game is still on. Oh, but no, I was back in the back of the screen. I was at the fort. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's again. It really still feels like there's so much we don't know, but there's so much we know. We don't know who Yuka is looking for, but we do know that she's a spirit, basically. She kills people, Gore eats people. We know that they've been doing this for a while, right? We don't know why they're doing this. We're getting somewhere now. I feel like there's so much, but I also feel like we're getting close to something, to a revelation. So maybe that'll be next stream. But yeah, that's it for today. Next time, I don't know. I think it's gonna be Monday morning, but I will see. I'm still unsure. It could be any time. I think it's kind of funny. While we end up the stream, my friend joined the Discord, but she muted herself the whole time. I don't know why. And I imagine she's gonna like explain when the stream ends. But like it's anyway. It's weird. But I didn't want to like stop the stream to ask her. So anyway, y'all take care. Don't subscribe, don't like, go watch the streamer I was talking about earlier, and